You acknowledge that Exodus has hurt a lot of people. How do you make up for that?
I don't. There are things that you can't undo. There are wounds that won't be healed in this life. And that's a hard thing. The only thing I can do is say, I'm sorry.
I just got a text message from conversion therapy survivor Timothy Schrader Rodriguez about former President Alan Chambers allegedly sexting minors, a 14-year-old boy. I found this tweet on X. Today our detectives stopped a predator before he had a chance to harm a child. Alan Chambers, former president of Exodus International Ministries, has been arrested after he attempted to meet someone that he thought was a 13-year-old boy, but was actually an undercover detective. Chambers now faces charges of soliciting a minor, transmission of harmful material to minors, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. I didn't have a lot of communication with Alan, but when I was starting to come out that I was a conversion therapy survivor, he was looking for stories for conversion therapy survivors to use and exploit for his website because he was wanting to use us for him to get ahead. This is a sign of what conversion therapists do. I will link this article in the description box below. This is my friend Wayne Besson writing, "Truth Wins Out, response to deeply troubling arrest of former Exodus International President Alan Chambers." I don't think people realize how big of a deal this is, specifically from Alan. In my opinion, Alan represented what was possible for people to be ex-gay. He always was in a lie, being, in my opinion, with his wife. I always felt that she would probably know that something like this would happen. I didn't expect it would be from minors, but I never liked Alan. I never liked the conversations that we had. He always seemed like he was an opportunist. And this is just further proof that there's some sort of weird fetish that they have for much younger kids. I also vividly remember watching an interview that he did with Justin Lee, and one of the most put off things that he said during an interview was this.
What would you say to the folks who say, well, all things are possible with God?
Well, I used to say, well, God can make you purple, but I don't know any purple people. All things are possible with God. What about the young African-American guy who desperately wants to be white? God's not going to make him white. He made him African-American.
This ex-gay movement has some deeply inherited racism, and that was the first point in my life to say that I felt really uncomfortable and weird being around a bunch of white people that are in this space. But anyway, leave your comment down below. This whole thing is really uncomfortable. I know that there is conversion therapy survivors right now that are messaging Alan right now. And this is why there needs to be a perma ban on all things conversion therapy related. This is dangerous. This is something that needs to be protected. And there's a reason why, in my opinion, that they go for children. It's because they're young and vulnerable, and it's a weird fetish. And this is something that you need to pay attention of.
For many years, my focus was on banning conversion therapy for minors. And I think that is, we must protect the most vulnerable in our society, and those are kids who have no choice.